Hey guys, thanks for joining us here at Salty Ginger Talk. Returning listeners, great to have you back. New listeners, really glad you joined us. Hope you like what you hear. So, if you're looking to build a life of purpose, if you're looking to take control of the things you have control over, if you're looking to apply logic and reason and facts to your decision making and build the life you want, you are in the right spot. And today we're going to talk about a super important subject that really is paramount if you want to build the life we just talked about. That subject is delayed gratification. So when we talk about delayed gratification, it very simply means choosing a long-term reward over an immediate pleasure. Delayed gratification. Abraham Lincoln, there's a quote attributed to him that says, discipline or delayed gratification is choosing between what you want now and what you want most. That's another good way to think about it. And in today's world, this is a super important topic because I think a lot of people have forgotten how important delayed gratification is. When you think about how easy it is to jump in your car, hell, you don't have to get in your car. You can have someone deliver food to your house. You don't have to get off your couch to have shitty food that's bad for you delivered to your house. You can watch anything on TV anytime you want. You can listen to anything on radio or YouTube or whatever platform anytime you want. You go onto social media and you can see or hear whatever you want at any point. And it seems like the results are instant. That's just not how good things in your life happen. Just remember, anything that's worth having is going to take a while. And if you can get something quick, that means you can also lose it quick. And that goes for anything. It goes for learning. If you learn it quick, if you cram, you're not going to remember it. If you drop weight quick, you could put weight back on quick because you took really drastic measures to make it happen. If you make money quick, you could lose that money very quickly. That income source could go away. And study after study after study show that people that embrace delayed gratification and make it part of their life and an important part of their life gain more success, have stronger relationships, and have higher emotional control. And today we're going to give you 5 reasons why you need to incorporate delayed gratification into your life and 5 ways to do it. We're also going to give you evidence to show that what we're talking about is backed up by data, by research, by studies, and we're not guessing that delayed gratification is good for you. Doesn't mean it's easy, but it's worth it. So let's just jump into it right now. Number 1, better self-control simply leads to better outcomes. Period. End of story. There was an experiment at Stanford where they put kids in a room and said, you can have 1 marshmallow now, but if you wait 10, I think it was 5 minutes, 10 minutes, you can have 2 marshmallows. And they just studied the kids. Some of them picked up the marshmallow and ate it right now and said, fuck it, I want this marshmallow, I don't care. Some of them said, well, shit, I can get 2 marshmallows if I just sit here for a little bit, and that's what they did. And during that experiment, following the kids out of that experiment showed that the children who delayed gratification had higher SAT scores, better stress management, and a healthier BMI decades later. So even at a young age, delayed gratification really, really matters. It's something you want to instill in your kids if you have them, your grandkids if you have them, the people around you. Make it important in your life. What's a good example of delayed gratification showing self-control? Someone saving to invest in a business instead of spending on luxury items now. They later build up long-term financial freedom. And you can buy all the luxury items you want because you've got a steady revenue stream that's repeatable, that took a long time to build, and now you've got it. Instead of going out and buying the expensive car that's half of your year's salary, or buying a house that you can't afford, or taking luxury vacations that you can't afford. And if you're paying for those things with credit, you can't afford them. A good way to think about it is if you have to spend money on a thing and it doesn't impact your lifestyle, it's probably okay to buy. But you can get in trouble doing that too, because if you buy enough things that are worth $20, pretty soon you can't buy something worth $20. But a good rule of thumb is if a car that you want doesn't impact your life, it's probably okay to buy. That's one way to think about it. And can you pay cash for it? That's another way to think about it. If you can pay cash for it, it's probably okay to buy. So what's an action step to kind of develop this habit, develop this muscle? Create a 30-day wait list for non-essential purchases, right? So say I'm going to put it on this list, and if I want to buy it, I'm going to wait 30 days. Write down the item you want to revisit in 30 days. I will bet you in most instances, when the 30 days is up, that impulse will be gone and you won't want to buy that item anymore. Resist the temptation right now and it goes away long term. And you gain control over your decision making, over your thought process and your life, over your finances, over your weight, over your habits. It's delayed gratification that's going to get you where you want to be. Make the list. Put the things on the list. Avoid them for 30 days. Revisit them 30 days later. If you still want it, maybe it's real. If you don't want it anymore or you don't want it as bad anymore, probably was some type of temptation and you did a good job by resisting it. Okay, 2. We've referenced it already. Delayed gratification increases your long-term financial stability. Studies show that individuals who delay consumption and prioritize saving and investing are much more likely to build wealth over time. That's from the Journal of Economic Psychology in 2016. It makes sense. If you don't spend on fast food, if you don't go out to restaurants all the time, if you don't buy expensive cars, if you don't buy expensive clothes, if you don't spend on luxury vacations and you take that money and invest it, you live a happy but ordinary, boring life and invest the money, 10, 15, 20 years down the road, you're going to be able to do whatever the fuck you want. But you've got to earn it. You've got to earn it over time. So another way to think about this, or another real life example of this, is contributing to a Roth IRA. A Roth IRA is one where it's after tax money that goes into the IRA, and you don't pay tax on your gains coming out of a Roth IRA. So it's tax free when you take it out because you have put already taxed money into the Roth IRA. It's post tax versus a 401k, which typically comes out of your check before taxes, and you're delaying the payment of taxes because you will be taxed on the funds when they come out of a normal IRA or a normal 401k down the road. A Roth IRA is post-tax investment, and you get the benefit of no tax on your withdrawals. But if you start doing that in your 20s, instead of upgrading your car, instead of taking the crazy vacation, instead of buying expensive clothes, that compound interest will snowball into financial independence down the road. One way to do this is just automate it. Have 10% of your check automatically sent into a long-term investment or savings account. Like it doesn't exist. Like just take it out of your check. It's called paying yourself first. Make it invisible from your checking account. That money doesn't exist. You can't touch it. It will build over time. And all of a sudden you're going to wake up 10, 15 years down the road and you'll be like, holy shit, there's 6 figures, 7 figures in that account because I was consistent on what I did because you automated it. Okay. That's another example. Number 3, it strengthens your discipline. Delayed gratification strengthens your discipline and your mental toughness. Delayed gratification activates the prefrontal cortex. That's the part of your brain that's responsible for planning, for self-discipline, and rational thinking. That's from the American Psychological Association. Prefrontal cortex controls your planning, self-discipline, rational thinking. A real-life example of this, you see it every time you watch a sporting event. An athlete that sticks to their nutrition plan instead of eating junk food every day. The result comes not just from talent. Sure, they've got talent, but they have to hone that talent to make it to the upper echelons of their field. And that restraint and repetition of consistently eating good food, consistently lifting weights, consistently doing cardio training, consistently studying and practicing their game is what makes them elite. That's what gets them to the professional level. So you can do the same thing by practicing daily mini delays. Skip the sugar in your coffee, for example. Start drinking it black. Finish your workout before checking your phone. Say, I'm not going to touch my phone. I'm not going to listen to the song. I'm not going to watch the Netflix episode I want to watch until my workout is done. Make that thing your reward after you do the work. Or delay your first dopamine hit each morning by 60 minutes. Get up and do journal, stretch, go for a walk, go for a run, go for a bike ride, go for a hike. Meditate. There's all sorts of things you can do with not checking your phone, not checking your email, not turning on a screen. Don't do that first thing in the morning. Push it out. Get outside. Getting outside's a great thing to do. But those are mini delays that you can practice every day that's going to build that mental toughness and the self-discipline that you're looking for. Delayed gratification. Okay, number 4, builds trust and respect in relationships. This one's important. People who can regulate their impulses tend to have more stable relationships and are seen as more reliable by peers and partners. So in your personal relationships, your professional relationships, if you're known as someone who can make rational decisions, who can avoid temptation and can make good choices for the long-term benefit, you're going to be more respected by your spouse and or loved ones, as well as the people you work with. That's from the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology in 2005. A real-life example of this is a couple that waits until marriage or long-term commitment before major decisions, having kids, sharing finances, investing, and often avoids impulsive mistakes that others fall into. Just wait. Just hang on. I know we talk about taking action a lot, but part of taking action is the action you're taking in this instance is to delay. I've made a decision that I'm not going to give in to my impulse and I'm going to wait. All right. The next time you're emotionally triggered, here's an action step. The next time you're emotionally triggered by something, wait 24 hours. Just don't do anything. Don't send the text. Don't post it on social media. Don't confront someone. Just let it sit for 24 hours. You don't have to react immediately. Think about it and then react 24 hours later, because I bet you're in a much less emotional state. You have a much more rational reaction to whatever the situation is. And that is going to be great for all of your relationships, personal and professional. Okay? So just wait 24 hours. Don't react emotionally. Let it sit. Revisit it the next day. Then you can say what you're going to say, because you'll want to say something different the next day. And finally, number 5. Delayed gratification will lead to a deeper life satisfaction and a more meaningful life. Period. End of story. Research shows that those who pursue long-term goals and delay gratification report greater meaning and satisfaction in life than those who seek short-term pleasure. That's from the Journal of Positive Psychology in 2011. Okay, so let me just say that again. Research shows that those who pursue long-term goals and delay gratification report greater meaning and satisfaction in life than those who seek short-term pleasure. One-night stands, there's a reason you feel bad after you do them. Junk food, there's a reason you feel bad after you eat it. Binge-watching TV shows, there's a reason you feel bad after you do it. It's because you've succumbed to the temptation of short-term pleasure at the expense of your long-term goals. I'm not saying don't ever do those things. I'm saying they should be the exception, not the rule. Another example, a real-life example on this, building a business over years instead of chasing trendy side hustles for fast cash, right? So build a real business that's got a repeatable revenue cycle, that's got a steady base of customers, that fulfills a need in the marketplace, not ask me how I made $10,000 doing X. Ask me how I got rich in 2 months doing Y. Is that true in some instances? Maybe. But why do you never meet these people in the real world? Because it generally doesn't happen. It's generally bullshit, and they're trying to get rich by selling you their course, their plan, whatever affiliate marketing that they're doing. That's where they're making their money, because it's usually bullshit. But if you take a long time to build a business, you're going to have such satisfaction. That delayed payoff brings fulfillment that's not just financial, it's purposeful. And that's why you see so many business owners that are so passionate about their business. They have sacrificed over years and decades to build that business into what it is. Their blood, sweat, toil, and tears are what made that business what it is. And that makes it meaningful to them. That makes it purposeful for them. It's not just business. I really don't like the phrase, it's just business, because it's very personal when you do business. I don't think it's just business. So think about it that way. An action step on this one, set one mission-driven goal with a timeline of between 6 and 12 months. Then break that into weekly milestones. So you've got a 6-month goal or a 12-month goal. What are you going to do every week to move yourself towards your 6-month or 12-month goal? Focus on the progress instead of the instant rewards that you're chasing with the new diet pill or the new get-rich-quick scheme or the new blah, whatever the soup of the day is that is enticing you. It's a bullshit. Don't fall for it. Invest in yourself long term and you'll be so much happier down the road. So let's just recap those 5 reasons that delayed gratification is so important. Number 1, it builds self-control and leads to better outcomes. Number 2, it increases long-term financial stability. Number 3, it strengthens discipline and mental toughness. Number 4, it builds trust and respect in your relationships. And number 5, it leads to a deeper satisfaction and meaning in your life. So every time you choose the harder right thing over the easier wrong thing, you're investing in a better future, and your future self is going to reap outsized benefits versus the temporary satisfaction you would feel right now. Just remember, the long-term payoff is almost always much more satisfying than the short-term reward that you would get right now from giving in to your impulses. So the challenge for you right now is to pick one area of your life this week, whether it's money, could be fitness, could be emotions, could be relationships, and you're going to practice delayed gratification in that one area of your life. You're going to set up a goal for yourself to delay gratification in whatever area that is. If it's money, start saving money. I'm not going to spend on coffee. I'm going to put it into an investment account. If it's fitness, I'm not just going to go sit on the couch and watch TV. I'm going to give up that short-term satisfaction. I'm going to go to the gym for the long-term result, right? If it's emotions, you're not going to blow up when something happens. You're going to wait 24 hours and you're going to respond in a productive and meaningful way instead of allowing your emotions to drive you to give an answer that you're going to regret 5 seconds after you give it. In relationships, you're going to give up the comfort and happiness of doing whatever you want to do right now and investing in those relationships, which is going to be so much more rewarding as that relationship grows and strengthens over time. Watch how much power delayed gratification gives you in your life. It will change your life if you can practice delayed gratification. All right, guys, if you like the episode, send it to someone. Everyone could use a reminder on this. Everyone could use a refresher on this. Everyone could use focusing on this. And it's important that we think about delayed gratification and the benefits it can bring into our life, because it's going to build a much richer, a much deeper, and a much more meaningful life when we're able to exercise delayed gratification. So James puts it up over here every day. Head over to our website, saltygingertalk.com. All the podcast episodes are there. Links to social media accounts are there. We publish a newsletter every weekday you can subscribe to there. And we need you to like, share, comment, subscribe to our podcast on whatever platform you consume it on. We do 2 episodes like this a week. We also publish 3 interviews with awesome people who tell the story of their life and how they've built awesome lives because of the hard things they went through and what they learned from those. They give great tips. They give great advice. They give actionable tips. You don't want to miss those episodes. They're going to help you build the life that you want. Make sure you catch our next episode. We will see you there.